Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Happy Friday, last trading day of the week. I'm just going to give everybody a couple minutes to kind of pile in. If you hit the live stream, throw something up in the chat. Let me know where you're from, and we'll get started. I've got some pretty exciting news this morning about Roku. I want to talk about my strategy, how I'm going to trade that today because they had an earnings beat. And they ended up having a loss that was smaller than expected. It was a loss of only 13 cents. So that's super exciting for Roku. And I think that things are looking up for today going into the open in order to close a few positions. I have a couple naked puts on. I also have a put spread that I sold. And I want to get into that and talk about how I'm going to close that out in my Tastyworks account. I have a couple of accounts going. I have my Thinkorswim account, and I also have a Tasty Trade account, which is an awesome platform built by the same person, Tom Sosnoff. He built Thinkorswim. He also built Tastyworks. Tastyworks is really set up nicely for the options trader, so really excited to show this to you guys a little bit. Threhesh Gandhi, good morning. Bay Area, California, welcome. Glad to have you. We're going to get into things here. We're going to be talking a little bit about Roku. I've got Thinkorswim up. I've also got my Tastyworks platform up. Mike Quinn, good morning. How are you? So I wanted to talk a little bit about Roku. They had a double earnings beat last night. And if I pop open the news window here, you can see last night, let's see. Oh, they've had a lot of news going on this morning. Let's see here. Well, I saw an article last night. They had an earnings beat per share, and then they had revenue was better than expected, and things went really well last night. I was watching it right at the close, and initially it dropped, and I thought, oh no, they're missing because I didn't have any information out yet. And but ultimately it surged to the upside, so it was a great earnings beat. Let's see. So they had the operating loss of 17.4 million, and let's see. So the loss was 13 cents a share compared to the profit of 5 cents a share a year ago. The loss met the analyst consensus, and revenue, this was the big one, was 411 million, up 49%. The analysts were expecting 391.6 million on revenue for Roku, and they came in at 411, so they had a nice beat. So it sent the stock up last night, and it was a welcome sight because I had a couple naked puts on. Larry Jones, good morning. Awesome, Alexandria, Virginia. Murphy Dogprog, good morning to you. Morning, Dave. Dave from Atlanta. Nice, great subscriber. So glad to have you. Welcome this morning. We're talking Roku. Roku's earnings last night. Did anybody have any positions on in Roku? I had on a couple naked puts and I also had a put spread on in my Tastyworks account, which I'm going to show that to you guys here in a minute. And my plan, I've got kind of a strategy to go into today's trading day. My plan is to take off and close my put spread and collect and take that profit. But as far as my naked put goes, I have a thought about letting the trading day play out. And then as we get closer to the close today, I want to roll my position up right before the close because today is my expiration. I did a one-day naked put and it expires today, but my strike is 119 and the stock's trading at 149. So if Roku puts in a nice day today, it might make sense as far as risk goes to be able to let it track throughout the day and then right at the end of the day before the close, roll the position up, collect one last credit, and then let everything expire. So that's going to kind of be a little bit of my strategy moving forward, and we'll see how that works. Now, do you guys have any trades you're looking at today or any tickers you're watching? If you want to give me a ticker to take a peek at, tell me what ticker it is, but then tell me what you're watching. Like, why do you want to trade it, or what are you wanting to do? What type of strategy? Are you going to sell a put, buy a call, just hold long stock? Let me know what you're wanting to do, and then that way it makes it easier for me to kind of break it down and put it up on the screen for you. But right now, we've got Roku. We got about 30 seconds. I'm going to flip over to the daily chart. And what I want to see is a big volatility crush. We had volatility in the 70s, I think almost 80 last night, IV rank on Roku. I want to see that drop a ton this morning, and that way option prices drop so that I can buy back my put option for very cheap and then keep a bulk of the credit that I collected just 2 days ago. So we're getting ready to go into the open. We'll see what happens here. And there's our big gap up in the 140s. You know, you always think people are going to take profits, so you'll probably get a little bit of a drop. But I'm really hoping we can get a nice push to the upside at some point today. But let's check out the Tastyworks account, and you can see my Roku position on right here. And if the options are open, see if it, yep, looks like they're open. So I'm going to come in here and see what kind of credit I can get. 55 cents, I will take that. I'm actually going to see if I can get 50 cents, close for 50 cents. Let's set that. This is a put spread on Roku. See if we can get filled. Got filled immediately. So that's how sweet this Tastyworks platform is. It's so silky smooth. It let me out of that position. Roku's very liquid this morning, but the volatility crush came in. We're now IV ranking in the 50s. So that big volatility balloon that was really big is now crushed back down. Made it easy to take that position off. And now we're just going to be watching and waiting. So that was number one, getting the 50-cent close on Roku on my put spread. That was fantastic. And now coming out here back to Think or Swim, we can take a look at my other Roku position here. Let's see. Oh, it says I can close for 3 cents on my 119 put. That's incredible. So my thought here is, if my put is ready to expire and I can go ahead and roll the position. I'm just going to look through here for a second. So my March 6th, so the one that expires today, it's saying I can close for 3 or 4 cents. And if you create a rolling order, we can see in here, if I keep the same expiration, which is today, and then say I just try to roll it way up. I try to go, I try to roll up to 130. Oh, you see I just lost all extrinsics. Okay, that confirms it for me. So it looks like I'm done on this. So I want to explain that. Let me close this out. Closing order on Roku. It's going to be free to close because it's under a nickel. I'm going to try and close for 2 cents. And this is the 119 put. So I'm doing this live for you guys so you can kind of see it. There it went through, closed for 2 cents. That one's gone. And then the last Roku to close, I've got a 115 put. Still can close for $1.13. I'm going to hold off on that one for a second. Boy, that worked out really, really well. So close the put spread on Roku, close the naked put on Roku for 2 cents. So we're really cleaning things up this morning. That was really helpful. We'll see if we get a continued push to the upside. It's tempting to just go ahead and start taking stuff off on this Roku 115 put because it's only, wow, now it's less than $1 to close. So we're going to be watching this really closely because Roku's just performing this morning, and if it keeps running, this is just incredible. This is going to be a really nice play today. So Larry Jones, you're holding 2 positions on QSR and UAA. What kind of positions are you holding? Are you holding long stock, or are you holding options contracts? And let me look at QSR. QSR, what is, oh, Restaurant Brands, okay. Wow, you've done nice if you've been, I don't know where you entered, but it's had a nice pushback to the upside, and you are collecting dividends, so that's nice. 50-cent dividend on a 60-something dollar stock's pretty decent right here. Let's go back here. I want to also take a quick look at Carvana, see how it's doing this morning. All right, so a slight kind of just pause in Carvana, and then all week everybody's been watching me obsess about Luckin Coffee, so I'd like to see Luckin have a nice push to the upside. You got an options contract. Okay, very nice. What type of, Larry, what kind of option? Do you have a naked put? And if so, let's see, what is your strike price? Nice, Mike. Yeah, options have kind of changed my trading world. If you're interested, I can't remember if I put this in yesterday, but this is for you, Mike. There you go. Go to tastytrade.com and click on that Learn tab and just watch everything on their channel. They do everything for free. They're former floor traders. They built Thinkorswim. They also built Tastyworks, which is the other account I use. They're amazing. So check them out. They're a great resource. The SPY this morning, if we come back up here, just checking that out, we are looking like, if the SPY puts in a move, we could have a little break off the top here. It's just crazy. We just keep grinding higher. The markets just continue to grind. So we had our slight pullback, and now we're grinding back up. If we move any higher, we're going to set another all-time high, and really the same as just going for the Qs. Qs are bumping. They could also put in another all-time high today. We'll look at the diamonds real quick. Same kind of scenario here. They could push up and set another all-time high. So everything is just looking, again, we're just high. Everything's really, really high. So you have a 6750 call on QSR, and UAA you have a 1750 call. Larry, are these naked calls or are these covered calls? Do you own long stock? Do you have a covered call on each of these? QSR just has had a nice, it looks like it's kind of setting up right here and holding. It's also at kind of a possible overhead resistance area. Looks like it's been downtrending for a while, but it's a higher than this previous lower high, so maybe it's setting its first higher high. If you're into technical analysis, you could get a higher low and then look to get long on that. But let's take a look. All right, I'm gonna check on Roku again. So Roku, just looking to see what's going to happen. So the strategy I want to talk about when I was closing those contracts, my thought about rolling up right before the close on this doesn't work because I've lost all my extrinsic value and a bunch of volatility. Because today's the expiration date, the extrinsic value, meaning the time that's involved with the options contract, is now gone. Anytime that you lose all your time, you don't really have any juice in the trade. There's nothing giving it any big juicy value. When you put a contract on and maybe you put 30 days till expiration, what that does is gives you 30 days of extrinsic premium value injected into your options contract, which is where you get your $1 or $2 or $3 per share premium that you collect. So it's all a volatility game and it's all a time game. It's really the only thing in the world where you get paid for your time. You get paid to wait. We just had some work done in our home, and it took longer than expected. And I had said, boy, wouldn't it be amazing if you could sit around and wait on these people to finish this project, but what if they had to pay for your time? What if they had to pay for waiting? That would change the game. Boy, I wondered if a company could come out and advertise that, if we make you wait, we pay you by the minute, or we pay you by the day or by the hour. It would really change business if business operated like options contracts. Just a straight call. So you bought a call, Larry. You bought a 6750 call and a 1750 call. Yeah, so depending on what you paid for those, you're getting close to being in the profit zone on that QSR. That'll be interesting to see how that works out. Let me look at UAA on 1750. Oh, good. 1750 call. I don't know what you paid for it, but say you paid $1 for that 1750 call, so you'd start making money at 1850, and it was up in the 21. So you're looking really good right now on that UAA call on Under Armour. Interesting. All right, let's go. Let's check in on Luckin real quick. Stock of the week here. We'll see what we're going to get there. Also going to check implied volatility on Luckin. We're getting close. You can see over here I'm up 45% on one of my puts, and then up 40, yeah, almost 46, almost 41 on these. So just watching them really closely. Always looking for what I can close them for. But it's yeah, we're just kind of waiting. I think if Luckin gathers itself here and then we get one day where it just runs, that's going to be a big day for closing basically all positions I have on Luckin. So I have to just kind of keep an eye on that. And then we'll reload and talk about where to go from there. Luckin's just been amazing because the premium has been so high. The volatility's been so high. If we flip over to my Tastyworks account and we go to Luckin, the nice thing I like about this platform is once you type a ticker up here in the corner, it immediately gives you the IV rank. And the rank is implied volatility, say is 50. Then you take that 50 and you put it against the high and the low from the previous year. And wherever that 50% falls on the scale, like say volatility's been to 120 and to 0, that 50 would be somewhere along that scale, less than 50%, and then it gives you a rank, and in this case 47.5%. So it's implied volatility, it's like measured against itself. It's based on the high and the low from the previous year. And the Tastytrade website, tastytrade.com, they break that down really nicely, so feel free to check that out. But a couple of the positions I've got going here, I've got a Luckin Coffee Iron Condor right now with 14 days left that I'm trying to get to close. And we'll see how this one goes. I'm just waiting for some of this to come in. I'd like to see the IV drop a little bit more, but ultimately I would really like to see Luckin break to the upside and put in a nice day, a nice up day. If we could get a breakout above this high right here, that could signal things that it needs to get back moving to the upside. It's kind of been pausing right here for the really all week, so we'll see what happens there. Who else is in the chat this morning? Anybody else got any questions or any tickers you want to look at? We got a good turnout this morning. It's good to see you, Murphy, Larry, Mike, Threhesh. Threhesh, you got anything going this morning? Flip back over to Thinkorswim, just taking a peek here. There's Roku coming back down. So we'll see what happens here with this. I'm just now I can close for 87 cents, 7. It just keeps dropping. It's amazing. So let's do a scenario where I try to roll this. And let's say I keep the same expiration. Feb 14 or Feb 6 or March 6, sorry, and I roll up. Yeah, see, it could work. Yeah, we've got some time left on this one, so yeah, depending on how we look today, I don't know. I've got some really good profit on Roku, so I might look just to take it off. It's letting me close for such a small amount. Just 75 cents. Just seems like the responsible thing to do to close this thing out. We'll give it a second here and see how it's looking. Just been pulling back a little bit. That was quite a gap up, so as long as no weird news is coming out, yeah, see, they're giving it a little negative news. One thing you can really watch on these stocks when you're trading options contracts, always check this news tab, because you'll get some analyst that's going to come out and sort of cause a little bit of manipulation. Their opinion on the stock can cause it to drop really quickly. So I don't know. Wedbush maintains a neutral on Roku, and they have concerns, and then that causes people to get a little skittish, and that kind of takes the wind out of Roku's sales after its earnings beat. So it's unfortunate that they did that. But the only put I have left is a 115 right now. So so that looks pretty good. So we'll see how that goes. All right. Anybody else got anything going on this morning? Let's check the SPY, see where we are. SPY's just holding steady. Everyone wants to talk Tesla. Let's just see what Tesla's doing this morning. Oh, man. It wouldn't surprise me if Tesla breaks out. If it literally breaks 800 and just goes. My goodness. We got to keep a close eye on this. This is so interesting. I'm not in Tesla. I sold a naked put on Tesla at $217. Which feels like about 10 years ago. But if I would have got assigned shares at 217, man, we'd be looking good right now. But we'll see what that does today. Apple has also been one that's looking like it's been bumping against a ceiling. It keeps bumping up in this 325 area, but hasn't broken through. So don't know what is going to happen with Apple yet. It's sort of resting. We'll see where it wants to go from there. I'm going to pop open a scanner here, and I'm just going to take a look at, sometimes I like to just bring up the S&P 500, see what kind of volatility we're getting going. What's up, Andy? How are you? Did you just join in? If so, let me know if you got any stocks you want to talk about. We were just talking about Roku, going through their earnings that they had, and then watching it pop and talking about strategy for closing. I closed out a put spread on Roku, and then I closed one naked put. So it's been a good morning so far. We were also talking about Larry's positions. He bought some calls in QSR and UAA, so we were going over that a little bit. And now I'm just checking the S&P 500 scanner on Thinkorswim and just taking a look at anything that's got some high volatility. If there's anything going on here we could take advantage of. Looking for any positions to put on today. And again, when I'm looking for positions, I like to see the MACD and the RSI down, just because it's taken some of that downside move out of the stock. And I just seem to do better with that, waiting, being patient in that case. Ulta's ripping up. Thanks, Andy. Yeah, it's been a good morning. I'm hoping we can wrap this week up nice. I've got one more naked put on. It expires on March 6th. Let me go back to that real quick. And it's getting a lot cheaper to close this position, but part of me wants to hold it and roll it. Part of me just wants to move along. So I keep checking in on that. Let's set this up again and see what it's. Yeah, it's rising a little bit. I can close for. I might go ahead and I might just go ahead and close this out, guys. Might try and close see if I can close for 75 cents and just call it. All right, we got one out for 75 cents. We'll see if we can close. All right, Andy, you're in Walmart with a call option, expiration today. Strike 118. So, Andy, did you sell a call or did you buy this call? 118. Oh gosh, and Walmart and Target. I have a position in Target right now, Andy, and it's been painful because it's just been. Look at this chart. I don't know if you're in Target at all, but it's just been saggy and just hanging out and hanging out. And I really need it to go above 119 for a put spread that I have on, but it's just taking its time. Okay, so you bought it, and you said expiration is today. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Um, I hope you get a late day pop or get something out of this. Hopefully you didn't pay a whole lot for it, but assuming you probably paid, did you pay a couple bucks for it? So will you start making money at if it goes above 120? You got the 118 put. You also got to add on the premium you paid up front. If you paid a buck, maybe you'll start making money at 119. I hope you get a good push out of this. A big pop out of Walmart. I haven't checked its rank real quick. Yeah, IV percentage is still pretty high. Let's see, let's go back. I'm just going to check on Roku one last time. Hoping to get filled there. Let's see if we can get filled for 80 cents here. Oh, there we go. All right, I'm all out. So closed up Roku for 80 cents. So closed one naked put for 2 cents, closed another naked put for 80 cents, and then closed a put spread for, let me double check that. For 50 cents, closed Roku for 50 cents. So, man, it has been a good morning of cleaning up positions, so that's great. You're up 400 now. You bought 50 contracts. So you bought a call, a 118 call. I think I'm confused, Andy. Let's go back to Walmart. So you bought a call in Walmart, so you don't make money until you go above your strike, right? So I'm curious to know how you're up. You're up 400 now. Huh. Well, I'm glad you're up. 50 contracts. That's incredible. That's a big position. Do you normally trade 50 contracts? Let's see. Wow. You bought 50 contracts. That's that's incredible. Wow. Interesting. No, don't say sorry. You're, my one piece of advice, and I know that you're not asking for my advice, but if you watch anything by Tasty Trades, you can see my comment up here. I commented tastytrade.com learn tab is to trade small and trade often. A lot of my trading is done 1 lot and 2 lots. I've never done a 50 lot position like that, 50 contracts. I'm a 1 contract, 2 contract kind of person right now, just spreading things around. And then if I do multiple contracts, I do them at different strikes and different expiration dates to diversify that a little bit. 50 contracts. If you don't mind me asking, Andy, do you know what price did you pay per? Yeah, what did you pay per share when you bought that call? That's incredible. Pop back over. We're just gonna check the SPY, see if we're breaking out at all, and then checking Luckin to see if we're getting a push to the upside. So might be a waiting game again with Luckin today. It's just not wanting to move a whole lot. So we'll see where we go from here. But Roku, I officially have no position on. Let's see, it was 900 for the 50 contracts. Yeah, check out tastytrade.com and see what you think. That's Yeah, they're a great resource. That's great. All right. Roku's kind of just holding right in here, not doing a whole lot. Dropped, but now showing a lower tail. So great earnings trade there. I think we're all done with Roku. I have no Roku positions on. Haven't been able to say that for a while. Carvana's showing a nice little baby up day, which I like that. Facebook just holding at 213.50, so we'll keep an eye on that one. Another one I've been really impressed with has been Stitch Fix recently, with this big push up. So we're pausing at this level here. We'll see what happens from there. But yeah, Roku was the big one. Took all the positions off, closed them all out. We're all good. So I think we'll wrap things up there. We got a half hour under our belt in the markets. Anybody have any other questions or any other tickers you want to talk about? Hey, Dave, good morning. Let's see. Instead of using Robinhood, any material video you can suggest? Oh, for Thinkorswim, there's a lot of stuff online. Thank you, Dave. I appreciate that. As far as learning, I would probably go on YouTube and look at options videos. I can make some recommendations if I find some that are good. It's a pretty straightforward platform. I think the biggest thing to learn, Dave, is just like, say you're opening up your options chain here. The biggest thing is just understanding the difference between the bid and the ask. Anytime, Andy. And then knowing that when you find a strike that you want, that you need to right click in order to, and select sell or buy in order to get all of these options to show up, these different strategies. And Dave, if you're curious, or if you're in a position where you're looking for a trading platform that's awesome, my recommendation, I love Tastyworks. They make it super easy because in here, what you can do is you can go right to the trade strategy here. It's right up here, and you can switch it from a call to a put, or short and long. It's really intuitive and nice to use, and it shows IV rank really well. So this is my preference over Thinkorswim. I had a Thinkorswim account first, so that's why I'm staying with a couple accounts in Thinkorswim, but I now have some stuff going on over here in Tastyworks. So that would be my recommendation. And if you do decide to fund an account with Tastyworks, go in the description of this video and use my Tastyworks link, because I'll get a credit for it. It'll just help the channel out. And the referral credit is if you fund it with at least $2,000. So it's great. And the guys that built Tastyworks have tastytrade.com. And Dave, I'll put that in here again. You've probably heard me talk about this before. Tastytrade.com they're just awesome. And anyone in the chat who's not part of our Facebook group, go to the banner on the YouTube channel and click the Facebook link and come on over and put in a request to be part of that private Facebook group. We've got, I think, 63 members now, and I know that Dave's part of that group, and it's been great. It's a fun place to interact. And now that we've got some direction for the channel, I'm trying to be a little more active and more interactive. It's just a fun place to talk stock. So, oh, thanks, Dave. I appreciate that. It just helps the channel. They've got some cool incentive stuff going on. So I thought, if anyone's interested in this platform and they use my link, it'll be pretty awesome, because they have some cool stuff that if I get enough referral credits, I'll talk about it more on the channel. But I've got kind of a cool plan if certain things fall into place. So I'll update you on that at a later time. But Dave, I will see if I can find some good resources online for walking you through Thinkorswim options. I think Thinkorswim, TD Ameritrade puts out videos, but they might be a little bit bland. But I'll look for something to see as far as how to put on certain trades, where to go to do this or that, how things work. But just playing with the platform for a while it'll start to make more sense, and you'll get an idea of how things work. But as far as Tastyworks goes, it's just super intuitive. It's an amazing thing. And then if you watch any content on tastytrade.com, their shows that they run, you'll see them using the platform all the time, and it'll help make more sense. So that is that. But I want to thank everyone for stopping in. This has been awesome. Andy, glad to have you. Dave, always great to hear from you. And Mike Quinn, thank you for stopping in. Larry Jones, good to see you. Murphy Dog Prod, great to see you in here. And Threhesh Gandhi, glad to have you. This is, hope I didn't forget anybody. This has been a great turnout. Excited to be doing these live streams. So turn on those bell notifications. Real quick, everybody type in the chat, notifications are on. Type that in the chat, let me know. I want to make sure everyone has notifications on because I'm going live at just random times. I might just flip my computer open and some interesting topic pops up in the news and it's relative to options trading or large cap stocks or whatever in the markets. I might just go live, and if you have those notifications on, you won't miss it. And if you're not part of our Facebook group, head on over there, check that out, put in a request to join the group. It's a great bunch of people who just like to talk stocks. So with that, all right, no one's putting it in the chat. No one is saying notifications on. What's going on? Dave, what's going on? Is anybody still in here? Says we got 11 people in here right now. Yes, Andy, there it is. They're on. Always good to see you. Thanks, Dave. Thanks for tolerating me. I'm ridiculous sometimes. Anyway, if you have questions, feel free to email me at takingtrades@gmail.com, or you can comment on this video and I will respond to you, or come join that Facebook group, ask questions in there. You'll get answers from me, but also answers from the other 63 members, so it's a pretty cool place to be. But anyway, happy Valentine's Day, happy Friday, have a great weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday. Have a good one.